Alright, so here's activity one. I just realized that I forgot to letter E over here. There's an E there, right? So whatever. Okay, anyway, sorry about that. Use the following transformations to change f of x into g of x. Now, you might say, okay, these are two different graph names. The idea is this: when you do a transformation on a graph, the graph changes. So we give it a new name, and this always happens. When a graph has a transformation, the name changes. You don't say f of x without transformations and f of x with transformations. No. F of x is a specific graph. G of x is a different graph. It could have been a change graph. It could have been a different graph entirely. Now, here's the transformations we're going to do. Shift it 3 units up. This is a translation. How do I shift something 3 units up? I add a value of q of 3 at the end. Alright. How do I reflect over the x-axis? I just put a minus at the front. And how do I stretch by a factor of 2? I just multiply by 2 at the front. So that's what we've seen from our previous notes, but let's see how that actually works. So let's start with number 1. Graph function is f of x equal to x squared minus 1. So let's check this out. So we've got x squared minus 1, and we're going to try to shift it 3 units up. To shift something 3 units up, you say f of x plus 3, right? But okay, let's just remember that this is our f of x function, right? So instead of f of x, I'm gonna put the story of x squared minus 1 plus 3. Now at this point the brackets is practically useless. It doesn't do anything, so you can get rid of it. X squared minus 1 plus 3 is equal to x squared minus 1 plus 3 is going to be plus 2. So my g of x function is that. So g of x is equal to x squared plus 2. Alright, let's try the second one. Now, how do you reflect over the x-axis? So that means you're just going to put a negative in front of f of x. So a negative in front of x squared minus 1. If you distribute the negative, you get negative x squared plus 1. And that's going to be my g of x function in that case. For the third one, I want to stretch by a factor of 2. So my g of x function is equal to 2 times the f of x function. So it's equal to 2 into x squared minus 1. So it's equal to 2x squared minus 2. You distribute the 2 into brackets. At this point, you should be getting an idea of it. Now, what the whole concept is, all we're doing is we're taking an equation and we're changing it based on whatever the transformation is. Remember that multiple transformations can happen at once. Right, for number 2, my f of x function is equal to 3x minus 2. So the first thing I want to say, g of x is going to equal to f of x plus, plus 3. We're moving it up by 3 units. So I'm going to say 3x minus 2 plus 3, which is 3 of x plus 1. And that's my g of x function. For the second one, I want to do g of x is equal to negative f of x. So it's equal to negative into 3x minus 2. So it's equal to negative 3x plus 2. And for the last one, it's going to be g of x is equal to, what are we doing? By a factor of 2. So 2 times f of x. So it's 2 into 3x minus 2. So it's going to be 6x minus 4. That's my new equation. Alright, so all I'm doing is working out the new equation because of the translation. Sorry, because of the transformation. Alright, let's do the third one. At this stage, it should be a little easier. So I'm going to start skipping a couple of steps. Right, so for the first one, it's negative 2 over x plus 1. So I'm going to be adding 3, which will become negative 2 over x plus 4. 3 plus 1 is 4. For the second one, we're going to multiply by a negative. That just changes the sign of all. So my g of x function is basically equal to 2 over x minus 1. And for the third one, I'm gonna be multiplying by a factor of 2. So basically you multiply all those terms by 2. So my g of x is equal to negative 4 over x plus 2. Alright, number 4. Let's start. Number 4, I'm gonna start by moving it up by 3. So my g of x function is equal to 3 to the power x plus 1. Alright, so it just, well, from negative 2 it went up 3. Negative 2 plus 3 is plus 1. Second one, I'm gonna multiply by a negative sign to flip over the x-axis. So it's g of x equals negative 3 to the power x plus 2. And the last one is what was it? Oh, scale by a factor of 2. Okay, so for this one I'll do it in an extra step. So g of x is equal to 2 into 3 to the power x minus 2. This gets distributed, so it's 2 times 3 to the power x minus 4. And that's your final answer.